Rugby League, the NZRL Premiership 2020 Round 3 competition between Akarana Falcons and the Canterbury Bulls. Yes, good afternoon, everybody. We've got a lovely sunny day here. Strong breeze blowing from the west coming in here, which will have an effect on this game, and we're straight into Canterbury's lineup. Just got the one change in the back line from last week with Vinnie Paul moving to the wing from the centres. Will Tafua back in the centres for this game. Up front, after two standout performances off the bench, Clayton Waikato gets a start at hooker. Cameron Godfrey is back in the second row after missing last week. The side once again captained by Alex Todd and the coach Andrew Aomatangi.
Andrew, must win today, but you need to find points as well. Does that change your approach to today's match?
Nah, I think it helps our approach. I think it makes it a lot easier than usual years with points differential. So, yeah, boys have got to express themselves, use the ball, have a crack. So looking forward to that.
So defence seems to be a little bit of an issue for the side, conceding 36 points on average. Yeah,
we're going to have to be at our best today to stop that momentum and hopefully just disrupt their play, but I think that's the way.
I appreciate your time as always, mate.
Cheers, mate. Thanks.
Yes, Canterbury Bulls coach Andrew Aomatangi. Let's have a look at Akarana's team, and it's been further strengthened this week. Warriors New South Wales Cup winger Setu Tu comes into the team to play his first game, as does another Warriors New South Wales Cup player. That's 5'8" Aiden Ackland. Casey Smith wearing 14, a Warriors jersey flag player from 2019, gets his first start of the season in the centres. And in the pack, Josiah Afu gets a start at hooker, which is a very powerful looking side, coached by Phil Gordon.
Phil, 12-all draw last week. What are the learnings you take from last week into this game?
Probably at this level, any fundamentals that we neglect will cost any team, and we're no exception. So, we had to go back to the drawboard a little bit and make sure that we're looking after the pill, completing sets and just being smart when we've got the ball.
You've got some artillery back into the side, mate. Setu Tu and Aiden Ackland. What do they bring to the side?
We're fortunate to be able to call on these boys. A lot of enthusiasm. Setu's been, really contributing well to training. Aiden's been injured and coming back to us this week. It brings a different form of composure for us, and we're looking forward to their contributions today.
Well, best of luck today, Phil.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Yes, Phil Gordon. Well, strange as it is, Richie Barnett, who joins me in commentary for this clash. The crazy thing is, with Akarana, such a powerful lineup, and many other players actually they could have picked in this game today, not even playing. If Akarana don't win this game here, they're out, because Canterbury will have 2 wins from 3 games, and if Akarana, after their draw last week against Counties, they'd only have 1 out of 3, so they'd be gone.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, when you sort of delve in and have a look, and you just look at this side, the Falcons, they're extremely experienced with New South Wales Cup players, New Zealand residence players. You've got so much IQ in that side. It's going to be very hard for them to lose. But on the other side, the Bulls come into the side with nothing to lose. They've got to post more points. They've got to find more points. They're a negative territory around 12 on their points differential, so they need to find about 30 or 40 points.
Yes, Andrew Aomatangi was spot on, though. They need to be at their best to repel this Akarana Falcons lineup today. They'll be smarting after that 12-all draw with Counties last week. So Counties, a win over Canterbury, 44-18. But Canterbury bouncing back last week to beat Waikato, and Akarana 70-6 against Waikato in that 12-all draw.
Towards you, Pucks. Yeah, got you, bro.
Anthony Elliott, the referee for this game today.
Just wait for my whistle, Francis.
Yeah, interesting to see Setu Tu and Aiden Ackland back in this Akarana lineup. Really good players to bring in as Francis Ledger gets the game underway. Kaius Fa'atili straight away drops the ball, and I think that's been lost forward.
Not by Akarana. Thanks, mate.
Casey Smith.
Going to be a scrum down.
It's going to be interesting how they use. You see that Fa'atili going up. Ball just comes behind his back. Aiden Ackland nearly got his hands to the ball, knocked it on. He's obviously wearing quite a lot of injuries there on Aiden. Coming back to the side will add so much starch to the side, creativity.
Yeah, look, interesting to see Ackland. To see him back playing. No Api Pefarangi today.
Up now! Hold!
That young winger, Luis, we've been enjoying over the last couple of weeks too. Tuiamalo Vainga is not playing today for Akarana. C22 taking his spot. Now Todd for Canterbury. New Zealand residents play from 2019. Away goes Waikato. He'll relish getting stuck in today, as will all these Canterbury players. Riley. There comes Champ Beetham.
Fifth and final! Stand! Look in a marker!
Try last week, Champ Beetham.
Go!
Waikato at dummy half. Now Riley.
Outside! Who?
His kicks will have to be measured just perfectly today. That breeze quite strong now behind Canterbury here in this first half as Matthew Stone-Dunn returns.
Certainly got to find a bit more height, more pressure on the back with Matthew Stone-Dunn. Really apply that pressure.
Thank you.
So that was Ackland at dummy half.
Release!
They roll away again. That's beautiful play. Almost that's a one-on-one steal there. I think it's gone forward though off Waikato.
MO Canterbury.
C22 already getting himself involved. His skill set is really coming from dummy half and creating opportunities. He's got such blistering pace. And that was a great offload. Unfortunately, not being able to hold on to that ball, but C22 gifted with the ball, scores tons of tries there for New South Wales Warriors. Exciting play to watch.
And he, even back to the Warriors trial games earlier on in the year, which we did just before the first lockdown, C22 was very good in those games too. Now Canterbury got a big chance here early in the match. Andrew Amatangi spoke of his team needing to be at their best. And that means they need to create and convert their opportunities whenever they materialise in the game. And here is one within the first 3 minutes. Todd. Pass goes to ground, but it bounces kindly to Riley. Good strong tackle coming in from Bernard.
Up now! Patrick! Hold!
For Akarana. 5-Ash. Again, Bernard making a tackle. Not being fooled by the dummy. That 5-Ash through. Waikato. Oh, might have been coughed up, and it has been. And it's been taken by Smith. And away come Akarana. Hasn't this player been good? But this is C22. He and Sam Fa'apito's on the other wing. Very similar looking. Hopefully he won't get them confused today.
Yeah, the Bulls are going to find not only creativity, they're going to find points, but they've also got to manage their side around the field. And 5-ish from Riley, it's just so important that they get off to a really good start and manage the side around.
Fa'apito. There's Ackland. Ooh, he sneaks under one from Tangi Whakambau. Now Afu almost through. Good support there from Ackland.
Up now! Hold! Hold! Go, that's 4.
Afu. To Lavaha Pulu. Out it comes to Tuitama. This is good from Ledger. Now Fa'apito. Fa'apito for the corner. And he's been stopped just short of the line. This is the last play. Good spread of the ball from Akarana as Diaho. He doesn't get the bounce. Akarana and Alex Todd gets the ball.
Well, it just shows you that left-hand edge. When Api Peferoni was playing in the game, he'd operate that right, but the left edge is where the point-shared combos come in place. Tuitama, Francis Ledger.
Hilalio's going to need a big game. He's the real entertainer in this Canterbury side on this right wing for the Bulls once again today. Just about the first name you'd put down on your team sheet each week.
16
You're the Canterbury coach. Here's Paul moving out to the wing for this game today. Riley, Tangi Whakambau running at Casey Smith. C22 and then making a tackle too.
Fifth and final! Hold! Go!
Paul at dummy half. Riley inside the 40.
How's our chasers, guys? All
Going
right?
to get near the angle on it.
Thank you.
For a 40-20 and Fa'apito. Come for Akarana again. He's been in superb try-scoring form too. As Sam Fa'apito looked very good on that left wing side.
Well, they're blessed, aren't they? And I think the combinations, particularly with the Falcons side, when they've got so many point-shared players that played together, and that's on the back edge, like 3 of those players in the back line, and then they've got the edge runners like Tuitama and Sipley. The combinations there.
Pulu it is. Over the halfway line, Afu and good support. You'd expect him to be there, the New Zealand residents player. No Isaac Miski today for Akarana, with Afu preferred for this game as Pulu. Looked forward. Referee says he was happy with that pass.
No advantage, guys. Lost forward.
And then we saw a little
Scrum down.
loose ball after that questionable pass.
Yep, they're promoting the ball, post line. And I'll tell you, it's probably a good opportunity. It was pretty scrappy last week, Canis Monaco and Akarana, but this is a good opportunity for the Bulls really to capitalise on these mistakes.
Levaho Puli there, the only player with NRL experience playing today, Api Pefarangi, not in the Akarana lineup today.
Hold!
Oh, Andrew Albertini's been a very good coach for Canterbury over the past few seasons. Got a win over Akarana in pool play last year.
16, stand! All the way.
As we said, this Akarana team's stacked.
He's all right.
Full of very good players like Patrick Sipley, who's in there making that tackle.
Hold. Go. That's 2.
Riley to Fa'atili. Fa'atili should relish the opportunity to come up against some good players on the other side of the field. The young man with lots of potential. That's Plaskett. Hauling it up to 5-Ash. It was a little static though that time, wasn't it, as Todd straightens now.
Oh, go. That's 4.
Waikato dummy half as 5-Ash. That's a nice direct run. There goes Beetham again. Riley, his kicking game is going to have to be spot on, and he might have overcooked that one. Oh, the bounce is kind, and it's come off Setu 2. Well, in fact, it didn't come off Setu 2. They're back to the 20.
It's controlled, boys. It's controlled, Francis.
Yeah, Riley's got to find a better option on that fifth kick option. He's got to build that pressure or find the air and just apply that pressure. Right option, just not executed well.
Stand!
As we've seen with the Bulls throughout this tournament, conceding 33 points in the last 2 games on average. That's got to be a focus, particularly on the edges where they attack so well, Akarana.
That's certainly going to be a focus for them as Pulu comes up towards halfway. There's a little offload, and Afu, well, he's gobbled up 15, 20, 25, 30 metres. Ackland in good support. Fa'atili, that tackle needed to be made. Excellent tackle by the youngster. They're stacked on this right edge through Bernard. Stone Dunn up in the line. Now Patrick Sipley gets those big legs pumping. Look out! He was denied a try last week in the last seconds. He won't be denied this week. And Sipley goes in to score the first.
Well, the giant back rower on the right edge chimes in nicely. He uses his right foot. You can see here Pulu going through, always offering that offload. That second phase is so important. Afu's been extraordinarily good in the beginning of this phase. And Ackland just chimes in also, and nothing was really going on here until Dunn just passes it offload. Look at that right foot step inside 2 players and showed a ton of pace to get through to score the first try for Akarana.
Yeah, Patrick Sipley, 29 years of age, lots of experience. Queensland Cup experience last year for Wynnum Manly. Of course, a former Warriors player in the New South Wales Cup as well. And he was in the front row last week, back on the edge today, Richie, 4 points to 0.
Yes, he can play any position, can't he? He's just so mobile. And just you just have to look at him.
He's a monster.
A monster.
He's in good physical condition too, isn't he?
He certainly is, and what a matchup really with Fa'atili as well, isn't it? And I'd really like to see Fa'atili get the ball, or they utilise him a lot better, more effectively.
Well, Francis Ledger got a simple conversion attempt here. Ledger off and running with his goal kicking. More than reliable in that department, the Akarana captain. 6-0 after 10 minutes.
Good call, guys.
Gee, the competition for places is really hot in this Akarana
We're
team.
all on, boys.
2020. We reckon they could just about fill their team with either New South Wales or Queensland Cup players, Richie. Just about fill the whole lot.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. I think the standard that we've seen in this competition has been outstanding, and the Bulls have have got a lot to prove here. They probably started slow, rebuilding their side also.
Oh, Bernard's dropped the ball.
And that's what you want.
Now Fartilli, up the middle he goes. Michael Key. Going a touch high there on Kaius Fartilli.
Hold it there, guys. It's a 0.
Now, referee stopped player injured in the back. That is one of the Akarana players who's down at the moment.
It's Michael Key came up with a huge hit on Fartilli.
Bernard is down as the player down, but yes, Key.
Nice. Cool. Thank you.
Well, I don't know if that's Bernard. That'll be a big loss for Akarani. Good player, Chase Bernard. Let's have a look at it in here. Looks like his right leg could be the issue here. Now, it might be his head as well.
You're close.
Well, Bernard, they'll be loath to lose him. Good, honest player, but they've got plenty of depth on the bench with Preston Riki there today. A player who can play on the edge or the front row. They can move Sipley to the front row, bring Preston Riki back onto the right edge like they did last week. R4 too. Young player from the Mount Albert Lions, only 19 years of age. Quick look at that first try again. So Pulu created it with this offload here, Richie. Good surge from Afu.
Absolutely outstanding. I think he ignites the attack. Great tackle too coming across, but again this overhead pass, drawing in the centre, juke and power, speed. The big man.
He's elusive too. Of course, Fartilli was caught in field, wasn't he? Making that tackle, so Riley, the smallest player on the field, was matched up against the biggest.
Yeah, like most of the edge defenders and decision-making, Tangan Thakabau, who really came in, turned his shoulders in and presented opportunity. Didn't look like much, did it?
Well, so concern over Chase Bernard here. Yeah, going back to that try, Sipley. Oh, I bet you would have traded that try for scoring that one last week to win the game right at the end against Counties. Of course, if you missed that, folks, it was 12-all. We were on the last play of the game, and it was real razzle-dazzle stuff, and Sipley ended up in space, and he just got cut down 5 metres short for what would have been an amazing match-winning try, which included the referee getting in the way of big Patrick Sipley as well.
I think the lessons from probably that game as well, and to unsettle the rhythm of Akarana, was really get in the faces of the players and getting your hands on the ball and just frustrating the players. I think that's probably a lesson they could learn here, the Bulls.
Well, this is a good sign, isn't it? Chase Bernard happy. It seems enough to come to the sideline and take a breather. Preston Riki, a player with oodles of New South Wales Cup experience. He had a full year in that Warriors team last year. Canterbury, that long injury break. Wasi is up from fullback. 19-year-old Linwood Kia's player.
Hold! Go, that's one.
Waikato now 5 Ash. Back it goes, good hands from Wasi. That could have easily have gone to ground.
I like 5 Ash being more direct.
That's 2.
Beetham, he's going to go straight. They sweat on the big fella. 3 or 4 of them in there relishing the opportunity to bring him down just short of the line. Riley, Fartilli, what can he cook up? Kaius Fartilli. It was a very good performance from him in this corresponding match last year. On this ground.
Go, that's 4.
Waikato. Todd. Short pass this time to Plaskett.
Oh, 5th and final.
Last play now for the Bulls. And the penalty comes.
Can't spin on him like that, mate.
Yes, timely one.
Here's our mark.
But you can just see the impact
9.
Fartilli has just on that left edge, just given a bit of space and time. He's got so much influence on that left edge. Used right and more effective. these points on that left edge.
Bit of footwork from Beetham. Canterbury would love to score here and get back on even footing as the cutback comes. That's Tafua.
16.
Tafua plays the ball nice and fast for Waikato. Gee, that gap closed quickly. 5-ash. They couldn't get it out to the wing of Elalio as Godfrey takes the tackle. There's a drive from Waikato from dummy half. Gee, they're not lacking effort here, the Bulls, are they? Will that effort, though, translate into points? Ethan, the biggest dummy half in the world's history right there, as Riley looks for a little lucky ricochet, and it's offside play.
No, nothing quick.
I'm liking this play. I'm liking 5-ish coming onto the ball, being more involved. Waikato from dummy half, exploring. And Riley taking the right option there with his kick through.
Now Ackland is down. Aiden Ackland, haven't seen him in the first 2 games of this campaign, and he looks like he might have a hamstring or a knee injury there.
Kick from Riley, hits the knee. Aiden Ackland comes through. Ooh. Don't see a lot there, but he's strapped heavily.
It all looked rather innocuous. He's remaining out on the field. Look at that, clutching that hamstring, it looked like. Now Waikato as Canterbury continue to beat away again. This is Waikato going very close. Now, as he had that illegally stripped from him.
Hold fire, guys. Hold fire, boys. You got a strip here, mate? Yep, that's fine. I just want to check on his condition. You okay, mate? Yeah. We've got a strip here. We've had a live call strip. It's going to be a penalty. Doesn't matter. Not on these rules. No, Francis, not on these rules, mate. You can't strip at all on these rules.
Yep. I think the
That was
referee's
made
spot
clear
on
with the
there.
coaches at the beginning,
Absolutely
guys.
spot on. Waikato's been extremely influential here in the first half.
Well, he was very good off the bench too, wasn't he? In the first 2 games of the season, this man in the headgear here. He's getting stuck in as Beetham. Beavers away again, offloads to Plaskett.
Up now! Hold! Hold! Go! That's one.
Waikato. Riley, Faatili. But again, the defence is excellent from Akarana.
Sitting! Stand! Hold!
Slow play the ball this time as Pulu dices with giving away another penalty there. Waikato standing wide of the ruck this time. Fancy footwork.
Hold! 12! Release!
Riki with the tackle. He's out there for Bernard. Now 5-ash. Oh, it's been touched and intercepted by Francis Ledger. Akarana come away with the ball. Now Fa'apito.
Well, that's experience on the left edge. Francis Ledger
Move! Hold! Go!
summing that
That's 2.
situation up nicely, making the right decision. 5-ish just passing that ball. Looping pass over the top.
2 plays the ball. To Smith. And now Stone Dunn offloads. This is 2. Set 2-2.
13! Here we are, all the way.
It'll be just like Akarana.
4.
To strike back here after absorbing all that defensive pressure is Pulu.
5th and final!
Settles it
Release
down.
him!
Afu. Keep it on the left. That's Tiaho.
Keep going.
Cut out pass to Ledger.
Still 5.
Francis Ledger. Good defence from Canterbury here as Akarana
Still 5.
still on the last. What a messy last play this has been.
Thank you.
And now 2 has got the ball from the crossfield kick.
Thank you.
And it's going to be Tangi Whakambau who will dive on it for Canterbury.
Here we are.
Aiden
All
Ackland
the way.
coming off. And Carl Waka comes into the side.
Hold on, boys.
A little bit of a reshuffle
Early, I'm
there
giving
from
you a go.
Akarana.
No quick ones.
Offside
No
play.
quick ones.
We're told that Chase Bernard has passed his HIA and will return to the field at some stage during this game. So that's good news for Akarana.
Thank you.
Well, Canterbury
On the
survive. As Fa'atili rolls his sleeves up, takes the first hit up.
9, release. Here we are, hold. Go. That's one.
Tangi Whakambau from dummy half. Experienced player, played in last year's grand final.
Move. Hold.
Rickett Knights
Go,
player.
that's 2.
Riley, first receiver. Cuts it out to 5 Ash. Now Owasi up from fullback. Akarana's defence has been spot on so far, hasn't it?
The decision making has been outstanding, coming and knocking down the time with the ball.
Tight, hit hard by Matt Tuitama.
Keep going.
Here's Beetham again. Canterbury roll forward pretty effectively in this set as 5 Ash looks to finish a good set with an accurate kick. They're going to contest it. That's gone forward off one of the Akarana players. It might have been Cole Waka who's come into the game.
Thank you.
And what's the referee going to
Turn over,
call
guys. It's
here?
fifth tackle, wasn't it?
Plastic
Turn over here, guys.
knocked that ball on.
Just here, boys.
Akarana
Two.
ball.
Yeah, hand over. Just here. Just wait for me, please.
It's an interesting call. I thought it might have come forward off Waka, who's just come onto the field.
Here we are, boys. Go.
Here, go.
Move!
Well, Beetham's had a telling start in it for the Bulls.
Hold!
Patella Toe coming into the 19.
That's two.
Yeah, just the one try in the game so far. Scored by Patrick Sibley. He's in possession right now for Akarana.
That's three.
Pass play the ball. Here goes Riki. Puts the foot down. Preston Riki, an exciting player. Stone done.
Four.
That dummy half. Afu. Now Michael Key. Dangerous runner wide of the ruck. Plenty of experience in the back row. Despite wearing 8
Oh,
in
go.
this campaign. Afu on the left. There goes Tiaho. Stone done. Stone done. Oh, he couldn't link up with Casey Smith.
First by 14.
And
then
that
by
was a
12.
forward pass
First
as
by
well.
14.
Just change of angles and pace coming through. Tiaho on the left edge. And look at this, change of directions and who's there, of course, Machu Stone done. Just that pass, the last pass. So close.
Jordan Tiaho wearing 7 for Akarana.
When you're
Former
in
Canterbury
hold,
Bulls
go.
player, he joined playing against his
He's
old
fine.
team.
Release! That's one.
Alalio, they haven't really got him into the game at all, have they? And that was excellent defence on the big winger. Damaging last week against Waikato. Different class of opponent today.
Absolutely, Jordan Riki again coming up with a massive hit. Beautiful run beforehand, just really direct and with pace.
There's Todd. Alex Todd. He's having a good game, the captain. Very experienced campaigner now, Alex Todd. Waikato. Sneaks away from dummy half for the bench. Tongo. Didn't play last week against Waikato, but he did the previous game against Counties. Riley. Now, he's got to measure this kick just right. And the bounce is kind for Machu Stone done. Back comes the Northcote Tigers player.
That's a good chase there from 5-ish again.
Hold!
He's really putting his hand up here.
Go, that's one.
Defensively sound, and on attack he's trying everything.
Keep an eye on this.
There's nothing wrong with the attitude, it must be said, of this Canterbury Bulls team in these first 20 minutes. But the talent of this Akarana team, like Setu2, and away they come, and there is a penalty. That's what Setu2 can do. It's the class that he possesses.
That is the class. And it's hard to combat speed and acceleration for dummy half. And when they get that play the ball or the speed of ruck in hand, they're very difficult to handle.
Thanks, mate.
Akarana.
Make sure no
But they're doing a good job, the Bulls.
Just hold back behind
Their
me.
fitness is going to be tested too.
Thanks,
will
Bucks.
take the touch finder, the New
On the
Zealand
30,
resident from 2019.
Hold 12.
Waka. Out to Preston Riki. Good tackle coming in.
Hold.
Tongo it was. Afu, now Patrick Sibley.
Coming in. Oh, you got 2
Who has been moved into the middle of the field with Bernard out of the game with that
That's 2.
head knock as Pulu. Out to Tiaho, good hands, but that has not gone well. And Ilalalio, we know how damaging he is.
Is that okay?
from broken play, and that just threatened to break open there for a second.
Very unlike Akarana, isn't it? Very in the transition. I like the transition for the Bulls. Straight into an attack straight away. Waikato in from dummy half. They need to capitalise on his runs from dummy half.
Yes, and Uasi up here. That was a fast play, the ball. All of a sudden, Akarana not quite dominant in this defensive set.
Hold. Go. That's
Tonga Tonga.
That was right on 10.
Now Riley.
Thank
Goes
you.
that little left foot
Thank
nudge
you.
again. Gives
Outside.
Vinny Paul to chase something to chase onto, but
boys.
kind of beat all of them into
Come down,
touch.
Canterbury. Akarana feed.
There might be a time at some point that Riley looks for a pass and to the left edge and just to change it up a bit. Keep them thinking.
Yeah.
Let's go, one set.
Here's Zach Riley in his first campaign for the Canterbury
Yeah.
Bulls, 21 years of age.
A little bit conscious.
New halves combination this year.
Just a step back, boys. It's on
Yeah, the
10,
big loss of Tevin Arona.
Boys, back on the 10.
Side, you know, the experience and offers so much in.
Back it down, seconds
Bulls
in,
attack.
last man.
They're doing a good job. The combination's starting to form really nicely here for the Bulls.
Break.
Smith feeds to scrum. Away comes Matt Tuitama.
Move, Daddy.
Very solid
Here
and
we are,
reliable
hold.
back rower on that left side for Akarana. Here's Ledger.
Move, 8. All the way. That's 2.
Here's Sipley.
No, he's coming.
Try scorer in the game so far. Don't forget, we'll be at Hamilton tomorrow.
All the way left side.
Last day of
That's
action
3.
in the round robin.
Thank you.
Now, here comes Akarana. This is Smith
Play out.
and Pulu. Shrugs away. Tiaho. Ackland not on the field at the moment. Succumbing to that hamstring injury.
That's 4.
Tiaho. Now Pulu. Makes him a little bit skinny in the halves, doesn't it?
Final, release them.
Guys like Pulu are going to have to step up in that area. In fact, there is Smith, who's moved into 5'8". Taken beautifully by 2. Oh, he's offloaded it superbly to Waka. Oh, that try was as tasty as a fresh pineapple juice on a hot summer's day.
Fantastic effort there, Akarana. And again, Situ too, and we spoke about how influential he is and converting opportunities into points. We've seen that with New South Wales Warriors over the past year. And Carl Waka was the recipient of some outstanding effort on the right. Leovala Pulu, outstanding with his offloads. But look at this take in the air. Aerial, dynamic, look at that. And Carl Waka just chiming in, pushing up just in case.
Kyle Waka, the beneficiary of some brilliant rugby league there from Setu 2. That's why he's such a fixture in the Warriors New South Wales Cup team. Good to see Waka, who started from the bench in this game despite wearing 3.
Thanks for that, Sarge.
And he's had a bit of a wretched year this year. It's signed with the South Logan Club in Brisbane pre-COVID to play in the New South Wales, rather to play in the Queensland Cup, Kyle Waka. But of course that was ruined thanks to COVID. And he ended up playing for the Northcote Tigers in the Fox Memorial before that was cut short because of COVID. Ledger, another simple conversion attempt for him.
I think my whistle's dying.
12 points to 0, 25 minutes. Really disappointment showing there from Aiden Ackland on the side. You know, another injury. We know how devastating it can be for players coming through injury and then copping another one. The road recovery.
Well, these players here, the Canterbury players, got to keep their heads up. They've toured away nicely. Yeah, they probably don't have the X-factor players that Akarana have, like Setu 2 here, but 12 points to 0. It's very, very important that they keep going here, Richie.
That's right. They've copped enough errors there for Canterbury,
Okay, play on.
the Bulls to capitalise on, and they're showing good signs.
8, 30.
Good signs. It's good to see Bernard back out there.
13, you're not there. 30.
Now Sipley. Sipley,
You're good now. Go.
exciting player. Away goes the speed of the play, the ball again. Great hands
Yeah, thank you.
from Stone Dunn. And then the complete opposite from Waka, the try scorer.
Yeah, certainly. The trigger really was from Sipley. When he gets the ball in hand, he ignites a quick play of the ball, and then they, straight away, the indicator is for them to go wide. And when you've got the likes of Preston Leakey on that right-hand edge and Carl Waka on that right side, there's really, really good opportunities, let alone the left-hand edge.
Seconds in, last man in, break.
Riley.
Thank you.
Things underway. Patella 2 is out there now.
11, 7. Here we are. Hold, go. That's
Right
one.
off the interchange last week too for the Bulls. Uasi. Good test for Mapu Uasi as well. Highly promising fullback from Canterbury.
Go. That's 2.
Huge step up in class of opponent today. That's better as Todd goes back down the centre.
That's 3. You're good, mate.
5 Ash. Now Plaskett.
Thank you.
Riley. Up comes Smith, who's moved into the 5/8 position with Ackland off the field.
They need another option here on their left-hand side, and Uasi coming into the line may help. He favours that right-hand edge, but I think use Fa'atili as a foil and wrap around and maybe create a little bit more on that left edge.
Move, 5.
Fa'atili couldn't combine with his outsides, and Setu 2 has the ball as Smith comes away again. This is Waka.
Move. Hold. Go. That's 1.
Afu, now to Pulu. Bernard standing wide of the ruck.
That's 2.
Pulu again handles. That's good play. Sipley, look out! Oh, great tackle from Uasi.
Release. That's 3.
There's space on the right though to Smith. Waka, good hands, and 2's dropped the ball. It's a good recovery from Canterbury, but
12.
they weren't onside.
10. Inside the
That was brilliant work. I mean, the defence was outstanding. Sipley, ton of pace. He's got extraordinary pace for a big man, and what a fantastic tackle from Uasi. But the delivery on the right-hand side also, with that nice little tip-on from Casey Smith, didn't go, it was the right option, but great defence from the Bulls again.
And Sipley's excellent first stint. 29 minutes it was. And Pulu going close to score a try. Get his name on the score sheet just like Sipley did. Bernard, nicely picked up by Tiaho. Jordan Tiaho, 5 metres out.
Now. Hold. Go. That's 3.
Messi play the ball. Afu from dummy half. Driven back nicely by the Bulls that time.
Stand. That's 4.
Stone Dunn slots into dummy half that time. This is Tuitama. Ledger, and not for the first time. We've seen a nice move out to the left. Result in a try to Sam Fa'apito. Third try to the Falcons.
Fa'apito, extraordinary on that left edge. He's been on the back end of some really clever play for Akarana. And Francis Ledger, Tuitama on that left edge. They had the numbers there on the left, and you just see here that they were able to draw in players. You see Tafua coming in. Wasn't quite, he didn't understand what was happening here. He was sliding across instead of moving up and squaring your body up. It's quarter man, two man, and that's just a brilliant try, again showing a ton of pace.
Yes, Sam Fa'apito from the point. Chev Pirates locked up this left wing position for Akarana. Got a try last week for Akarana. In fact, both tries were at the left-hand side last week for Akarana. Ledger getting the other.
Sorry.
Fa'apito getting a try too. So he scored in all 3 games so far in the 2020 NZRL Premiership. Now Ledger to try and keep his 100% goal-kicking record. He doesn't miss many, Francis Ledger. 3 out of 3 for him. And this powerful Akarana Falcons team ease out to 18-0.
It's 3 from 3 for the captain, Francis Ledger. Taking our score now 18-0. Akarana Falcons over the Canterbury Bulls.
He scored 3 tries in 3 games. Whakapito, 4 tries, 2 games last year. Not a bad strike rate, Richie.
Not a bad strike rate when you've got the right edge, Situ 2, who we know is a try-scoring genius.
I think they've got Tuyamalo Vainga too, who's been pretty impressive in the 2 games that he's featured in for Akarana this season as well. They have got a wealth of talent in 2020. And it's right across the park as well as Bernard plays the ball. Afu. They've basically just got 2 class players in every position. Afu. Bernard. Away goes Pulu. Nice offload. Perfectly timed to Bernard. He's got pace for a front rower as well. Good tackle from Uwasi. Not the first time we've seen him put his body on the line.
Still 5. Yeah, thank you.
2 balls on the field. Anyway, Stone done. Oh, Tongo Tongo.
Turnover, boys. This way, guys. We had another ball here. It's gone. Just wait. No.
Oh, a bit
Hold the
confusing
ball,
there.
I'll let you know when we're good to go.
I don't mind Akarana
Almost
having
there,
a
boys,
crack on the
almost there,
6th
guys.
tackle like that. I mean, they're 3
we are.
tries clear.
Well, I think the Bulls should try that. I think they really desperately need it, 18-0. And Afu's just
Up now!
extraordinary, isn't he?
All the way. Hold. It's locked in. 15. 15.
Been
Next
excellent.
one.
Tangi Thagambao.
3.
Right, just an absolute
Hold.
amazing effort there
Go.
defensively.
That's 2.
That's unfortunate, wasn't it?
Hold.
Slipping
Go.
over was
That's 3.
Paul. Laskin to the bench goes the Bulls, and this is Patu Vainga Ao.
Move now. All the way. That's 4. Liver.
Now Lynch, who's out there at dummy half. Riley runs this time for Fa'atili. There's an overlap too, but Fa'atili didn't use Tangi Thagambao or Vinnie Paul. Lynch. Riley goes high. Fa'apito under this one. Takes it nicely, the winger. And he's elusive, isn't he? And powerful runner. Yeah, Justin Lynch out there now, running 14 for Canterbury. Missed last week's game due to injury, and now he's given away a penalty.
Yep. The influence of the back 3 so important to get your sets off to a good start. And no better player than Situtu and Whakapito.
Yeah, boys, on the 50, guys. It's on the tap, guys.
Afu hooking that into touch as Preston Riki comes forward. He's lost it.
No.
And it will be called a loose carry.
Lost the ball after, so it's going to be a scrum down. You've gone to ground with the ball and you've lost it. No. The tackle's complete on the ground. Once you're down on the ground, then it's bounced out. Your hands. You've lost it. I'm not going to explain anymore.
Well, the replay will determine this one. Yeah, well, Justin Lynch got away with on there, perhaps, Richie.
Got away with it, all right. And now they transition into attack. I think they need to show some, they really need to improve that speed of the ruck.
Here we are.
Play quick.
Hold. Go. 15. You're not a marker.
Poor it was with a hard carry. It's Patu Vainga again.
Here we are. Hold. Go. That's 2.
Lynch. Tongo. In fact, that's 2. Patella 2 out there now, 20 metres out. Ruck speed is good in the set so far for the Bulls. Patu Vainga again. Second carry of the set for him.
Hold.
Lynch.
Go. That's
To
4.
dummy half. Riley waits. What will Riley do this time? He'll take the surrender tackle.
Stand.
Execution on that
Here we are.
play. Not the best for the Bulls.
Hold. Go.
Lynch, good play. Oh no, look out, this could be trouble. This is Smith. Oh, he's kept it in field. No, he hasn't. Touchy's flag is up. Assistant referee Parkinson here on the side of the field. Lynch just couldn't get a good connection
No,
on.
showed a ton of pace here. Great work there coming across. And that was Riley. Great effort, covered a fence. Desperate measures there. He's still down. Right in front of us.
He's actually off the field, guys.
Now Casey Smith. This game of the season for them is a real luxury, isn't it? 3 players playing their first game of the campaign today. Richie, all of them have either played New South Wales, Queensland Cup or have been junior warriors for the Akarana Falcons. Still concern here on the sideline for Riley.
Take it down, guys. Take it down. Front
It'll
rows
be a
down.
huge loss.
Seconds.
Those two. He managed to get himself up now. And
Head in.
just hang on the wing there for a while. Lynch will take control of the team.
It's all back.
Well, Messi at the back there, Uasi. First to go back.
7, 4, up. Hold.
3 minutes to go until half-time. 3 tries to 0. Tongo, he's been useful off the bench, and so has
15,
2.
7, stand. Lock in a marker. Hold, go. That's 2.
Lynch to Plaskett.
Outside shoulder.
Patu Vaingao.
13, up. Hold, go. That's
Lynch
3.
at Tamiha. Fa'atili. Took the
Up
ball,
now.
which was flat.
Hold, go. That's 4.
Lynch. Now here is a chance, Tangi Thuckenbow. Oh, he's thrown in a
Out
touch.
here, guys. On the floor.
Needed a head in field then.
Gonna be a scrum down.
I still like the variation. I like that play too. Lynch passes it to Thuckenbow. Look at that, just power. He's a big man. Great option, but Iki comes across. Stifles that attack on that right edge.
Well,
Good option. It's
not
a
only are they
variation.
firing on attack, Richie, they're firing on defence too. Canterbury have not been without opportunities in this first half, but Akarana have repelled them all.
Conceding only
Boys,
9
back
points
down, seconds in.
or 18 points in the last 2
man,
games.
hold, boys. Hold till it's
Signifies
out.
that their
Hold.
defence,
Free when you're
attitude
ready.
and defence is right up there. As you mentioned before, the IQ on that side is many years of experience in New South Wales Cup.
Here we
It's very
are.
important for
Hold.
Canterbury not to drop their bundle here this close to half-time. Good teams have a habit of scoring either side of the break.
Stand 40. Hold. Hold, go. That's 2.
Afu. And it's
Up 16.
Tefarangi
Hold.
Charlie. He's got his
Go,
first
12.
taste of action in the Akarana campaign. Gee, that's a hard tackle
Up
there
now.
on, I think that was
All the way.
Ledger.
Hold.
Going down
Go,
there
that's
for
4.
Akarana. Pulu. Up the centre they go. And again, it's Tefarangi Charlie.
5th and final. Up. Here we are. 30.
The other 2 Roosters player. Here's Smith. Oh, I think he might have booted that one out on the full. It is.
Bring it back here, boys.
Bit skewed off the right-hand side of his boot there, Casey Smith. Canterbury got one last chance here with seconds ticking down in this first half.
Looked like a punt bomb, but it actually came off the side of his foot.
So that will complete it for the first half
Half-time,
as
boys.
Tatu Vaingao takes the tackle. And it's been a very good performance by the defending champion Akarana Falcons in this first half against the Canterbury Bulls. Half-time here, 18 points to 0.
Our girls in black are back this season, returning to their rugby roots.
How good.
Accelerated in.
Gets the pass. That is a wonderful, wonderful try.
Round 7 continues Sunday when Auckland take on Waikato.
It's try time. Brilliant. Fins up.
Farah Palmer Cup, Sunday, live on Sky Sport 1. Coverage brought to you by Mitre 10.
Funny how it's your daughter's birthday, yet you're the one that's aging. Here's the boss now. Maybe one kid is enough. NutriBoost, the 5-star milk drink for 1-star moments.
Hi, Steve's, thanks.
Good choice. That'd be $52.99, thanks.
Thanks.
Repco, it starts with the parts.
In ancient Aotearoa, night was no obstacle to our warriors. They looked to the silver fern to find a path, the shimmering underside reflecting moonlight, lighting the way and defying the dark. The fern is who we are. It gives us strength. It moves us forward. That is why we wear it. Ko tātou te kapa o Aotearoa. We are the New Zealand team.
Ooh, that feeling. The one that makes you feel like this. That doesn't need to be how you feel. This could be the feeling you have. So go on, have another bite. To enjoy non-stop relief from sensitivity, start with Sensodyne, stay with Sensodyne.
Have I done enough to wear the jersey? Gotta sweat out that fear, because this is bigger than me. I do it for my fans and my whānau. Ion for hydration. Sweat it out with Powerade.
If I won $5 million, I'd build a mega corporate box.
Oh, yeah? Where?
At my kids' sports ground. No more standing in the rain.
Goodbye, Gumboots.
Imagine winning $5 million this Saturday. Get your Powerball ticket today.
Welcome to the Sky Sports Super Club Rugby Under-21s. An Auckland comp showcasing outstanding club rugby talents. 4 weeks of action with double headers every Thursday. Watch the next generation.
Represent our community.
And aim high.
The four corners of Tamaki Mako Road battle
for the Sir Michael Jones Trophy.
Sky Sports Super Club Rugby Under-21s. Thursday live, Sky Sport 1.
NZRL Premiership half-time here between Akarana and Canterbury. And Big Tank Sipley got cracking early, Richie Barnett.
Early try there from Akarana, 9 minutes into the game. Sipley go to the big, Mopper on the right edge. Sloan Dunn did an extremely good job.
And this was brilliant play from Setu too. Didn't score the try, but he might as well have.
Absolutely, that was extraordinary effort. Aerial attack. And Kawaka is a recipient of the second try for Akarana.
That was converted by Ledger as well, and then Ledger involved in this one with a final pass to Sam Fa'apito.
It is the great combination of Ledger and Tuitama on that left edge to put away Fa'apito, who's been outstanding, scoring tries at will.
Well, Akarana, the defending champions, not surprised. There's some beanies on today. It's still a little nippy, even though the sun is shining. Akarana, the defending champions, looking good in this first half as they look for another finals appearance in 2 weeks. They're leading Canterbury 18-0 at half-time. We'll be back for the second half right after this.
The Super Cheap Auto Bathurst 1000, live on Sky Sport. Coverage brought to you by Pitstop.
I always start my day with Sustain Complete. So whatever I do, wherever I am, my dry eyes won't hold me back. From a quick stopover to a rewarding chase, Sustain Complete keeps me focused every step of the way.
Sustain Complete relieves all types of irritated, tired, dry eye for up to a whole 8 hours. Sustain Complete. 2 drops, 1 focused you.
Take the 2-drop challenge for yourself.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Wattle.
Wattle who?
What'll you do without me to help you?
Oh, keep working on those dad jokes, Dad.
Wattle. Look at that, eh? Ready for whatever life throws at you.
Hey, Dad. Mum says you can do the front now.
He's got a good sense of humour, that boy.
When a touch of style is called for, get more with the newly designed Mitsubishi ASX. It's what to be seen in. Luxurious here, well-connected there, and the view. It's wearing the right accessories. It's a performer, smart where it counts, and a safe choice. For $27,990 plus on-roads, style up a new Mitsubishi ASX now.
Drive your ambition. Mitsubishi Motors.
Funny how it's your daughter's birthday, yet you're the one that's aging. Here's the boss now. Maybe one kid is enough. NutriBoost, the 5-star milk drink for 1-star moments.
This is Mickey. Mickey, like lots of us, doesn't really know where all of her money goes. But thankfully, the BNZ app now organises her spending into categories for her, which is pretty exciting. It also breaks down her spending by day, week or month, so she can see the spikes. And it helps her know how much more she can save for the next thing she's into. The new activity tab in the BNZ app makes taking control of your money simple.
There is nothing quite like the Six Nations, where emotion flows, pride bursts, and talent soars.
Wow, absolute wow.
Get caught up in the tournament that stops the nations.
You cannot take your eyes off this game for a moment. It's a fairy tale finish.
Six Nations returns October 25, live Sky Sport.
Yes, Bruce Pullman Park here in Takanini. Great festival of rugby league with players from all over the country here today, because we've had many games in the championship level as well. That involves teams from, say, Northland, Wellington, upper central regions, going into battle with teams in those championships. We have looked there, I think, the Wellington team who have been in action today. But we are concentrating here on the second half of the premiership match between Canterbury and Akarana. And at the half-time break, it's Akarana leading by 18 points to 0. Sipley, Waka and Whapito getting the tries. This Canterbury team have not lacked effort or desire in this first half.
No, tons of it. It's their pride to keep going, never give up. But if there is something that they need to adjust, and that's to find some points, capitalise, and also defend what has been a brilliant first half from Akarana, particularly around that ruck when you've got second phase from Pulu and Josiah Afu, who's just adding that extra bit of energy and excitement around that ruck.
So here we go, second half. Afu to take the kick off. No distance on that kick whatsoever.
Stand!
Akarana in
Go, that's right.
possession to start this second half. Away goes one of the try scorers, Waka.
Release!
Starting from the interchange today. That's Stone done. Haven't seen much action
14!
in the first 40
All the way.
from fullback for Akarana, Afu.
Hold! Take it back, just to the red line. That's 4.
Here is Pulu.
Okay, he's got 10.
Coming forward now for Akarana, Pifarangi Charlie. Tiaho. Not a great kick. Lalio hasn't really, again, seen much action in the first half. Arguably Canterbury's most attacking, potent weapon. Not used much at all.
15-7.
No, starved of the ball. Into Tito. He's always looking. He's always looking for opportunities. They just haven't been able to present a platform for him to come into the game.
He hit hard by Bernard and Tuitama. Let's get used as a decoy, and that's a good run. Not a bad shift of the ball there from Canterbury as they hit the halfway line through Tongo. Patuvainga, Owl straight through, goes 2. Patella 2, Canterbury need to score from here. Plaskett, oh that's brilliant, 2 again. 2. But Akarana have recovered. They're all back in their defensive line. Lynch. Now to 5 Ash. This kick's got to be accurate. Elalio. Oh no, it's going to be bouncing here for Pulu. Oh, it's been picked up by 5 Ash. Ledger goes back to pick it up. And Akarana do survive.
Release! Here we are.
Excellent effort there. I love that little
That's one.
tip on there with a nice hard running 2. Tonga's been fantastic. And also Patella 2. Just hitting those holes.
Hold. Go, that's 2.
Rolling their sleeves up and trying to make a difference here for the Bulls.
4-7 up.
Cole Waka.
Hold.
In possession for Akarana.
14.
Bernard.
Okay, made 10.
Good run from Chase Bernard. Had that head knock in the first half. Smith. Handles for Riki. This could be dangerous here for Waka. This is Setu 2. He's lighting it up. Smith is going over to score the try. The referee is happy with that pass. And it's a 4th try to Akarana. And that one scored by Casey Smith, the former Jersey Flag Warriors player.
Well, that right edge was extraordinary. And again, Preston Riki here, Preston Riki, look at that. Just in and away, that last pass too, shade forward. But again, that right edge, and again, pushing the boundary, but hey, look at this, in and away using pace, which he's so good at, Preston Riki. And 2, throws it over, inside border, Casey Smith. 4th try of the match.
Spectacular effort. I did wonder about that last pass from 2 to Smith. Yeah, the referee was there. Yeah, Casey Smith been playing for the Northcote Tigers this season in the Fox Memorial. Now Ledger. 3 out of 3 so far, 100%. This is stat today from the goal kicking tee. This one though, his most difficult of the afternoon so far. Amazing from there from Ledger. I think it hit both uprights and the crossbar, didn't it? That takes some skill.
At 100% strike rate, look at this. Inside, to the other, and the
3.
And the crossbar.
$24-0. Wharangi Charlie to bring it back here for Akarana.
Up now! Here we are! Hold.
So Akarana looking very good here for a spot in the final in 2 weeks at Waitakere.
16, hold! Hold! 12!
For Counties tomorrow, Counties Manukau Stingrays will confirm their place in the final as well. We hope you can join us from 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon for that game. Don't forget about the women's game tomorrow between Counties Manukau and Mid Central. That one's at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So fantastic double header coming up in rugby league tomorrow.
What are you gonna kick it?
Just got a game tonight too, haven't we, Richie?
Thanks, Biggs.
Souths and
It's on the tap,
Penrith.
boys.
What a game last night. Canberra come back, but Melbourne, just extraordinary 25 minutes. First half was just mind-blowingly good. Ricky Stewart was so disappointed at the end, said his piece, walked off.
Yeah, that's it, 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I watched it this morning. That media conference.
It was probably the best thing, to be honest.
Yeah, he very disappointed, wasn't he, as Pulu. Taken.
That's 3.
8 minutes, 8 metres out. Afu goes from dummy half.
Release them, no hands.
Here's Bernard. Oh, hit the line nice and hard there, and it's a try to Levaha Pulu. Yeah, happy. The referee, Levaha Pulu, goes over. And there is the former Warriors and Titans NRL player, even played a test for Tonga, going over to score Akarana's 5th try.
Yeah, a lot of experience there. Gold Coast to the Warrior. Had a number of games there, but look at this. Direct line. Did extremely well. He's been the, I guess, the three-prong attack, really, with the offloads and distribution. But he was eager to get a try over the line and add to their try tally. 5 tries so far, 3 in the first, 2 in the second.
Ledger wasting no time with that conversion as well. So 5 out of 5 for him. And Akarana, just too much firepower and strike weapons out there, Richie, for the Canterbury Bulls team
comprehensive, today. Glenn, comprehensive, and you just knew that they were going to start to combine nicely and lift that bar, as we've seen in the finals over the last few years. Their experience and their belief in this jersey.
This is Kalani, Kifarangi Charlie once more, taking the first carry. Here goes Pito.
14, release. Don't play it on top of him. Hold, go. It's 2.
Bernard with the next carry. Oh, hit hard, nice and hard. That was a good shot from Tongo Tongo.
Go, that's 3.
Afu, now Riki. Now comes Waka on this right edge again. Good support from Smith to Riki. Ricky inside the 20.
Go, that's 4.
Afu to Bernard Pulu. Oh, he could have given it, but he delayed the pass to Bernard. Fa'atili almost gets an opportunity to streak away.
Akarana feed.
Good exchange of passes, really, from Pulu to Bernard. And it just keeps going. But again, Preston Riki on that right edge. Just his pace, his acceleration to run direct and then in and away. Creates that extra player and that indecisive defensive read on that left edge.
Okay, seconds in, boys. Seconds in, just wait half. Get your heads in, last man 2. When you're ready. Head in.
Here's Smith feeding the scrum. Afu, they go right straight away to Cole Waka. Oh, that's too easy for Setu. Off the scrum. Try number 6 for the Falcons, 34-0.
One of those areas in the game for the Bulls was decision-making in defence, particularly on the edges. Setu. But you look at this, Lalio on that left, Penatito. He comes up and he slides across, but then he had to turn his shoulders in. And again, look at this, in the way Kawaka, and boom. Beautiful pass.
Yeah, Waka did really well. Sucked in 2 defenders, freed up Setu 2. 2 goes over. Now, a lot of these guys, even though they enjoy playing at a higher level, Richie, just happy to play because of what's happened this year. I mean, guys like Setu 2, Preston Riki, they would have had a full campaign playing for the Warriors New South Wales Cup. team this year. Never happened.
You're real disappointed, but it's just a nice way for rugby league to get this, I guess, this competition, the Premiership and the Championship on the cards, just to finish the year off. You know, we've got the New Zealand Māori side and we've got the resident side coming up, so you know, everything to play for.
Yes, indeed. In fact, we're looking forward to those two games coming up the day after the Women's Internationals are played at Mount Smart. As Ledger lines up this conversion attempt from wide out, and that one is his first miss of the day. 34-0.
First miss from the captain today, conversion successful.
Yeah, those games coming up on November the 7th at Mount Smart. Those are the Women's Internationals between Niue and Tonga playing each other, and then New Zealand against Samoa. And then the next day is that game that you touched on there, Richie, the residents against the Māori residents team. And also we're broadcasting an under-18 clash between the New Zealand under-18 schools team and the New Zealand under-18 clubs team. And there's Michael Key charging back into the line. Got to say congratulations to all the players named in both of those squads. They got released yesterday. So really looking forward to seeing all of the hot young talent, rugby league talent in action on November the 8th at Mount Smart. Now there's an overlap here and Ledger's away. Ledger holds the ball, and now Fa'apito. Referee happy with that pass once again as Fa'apito.
Up, hold, all the way, hold, go.
Is it on the 30 as Ledger slots into dummy half this time? Tiaho. Pulu has had a very influential performance in the middle of the park, isn't he? Is Afu taken by Plaskett.
13, hold, go, that's 4.
Pulu. Afu, good hands. Not an easy pass to take that one.
16.
Michael Key back out there now as Tiaho gives it to Tuitama. Here's Ledger. Francis Ledger. He's going to go over and score. Well, it's getting a bit too easy for Akarana at the moment. Over they go again. And this time it's the captain, Francis Ledger.
Extraordinary kicking from Francis Ledger. And again, just dials in quite nicely on that left edge and delivers the pass when need be. He's passed that ball extremely well. In a fraction of a second, he passes the ball to Fa'apito. But today, he gets the try, which was extraordinarily good. Look at this. Forwards are doing such a great job. Tuitama, Francis Ledger. Just see there, Penatito coming in again. His decision making hasn't been all that great. Looks like he's gone into the centres actually. And Tofu has come to the right edge.
So the captain goes over for another try. Ledger's been a fixture in the centres for Akarana the last few years. Well, they've raced out of the blocks here. They've scored 4 tries since half-time now, Richie.
And it looks like it's not going to ease up too. Francis kicking hat on. Been extraordinary on the left-hand edge too with the wind.
Well, he's missed that one as well. So Ledger, 5 from 7 on the afternoon now. 38 points to 0. Yes, 4 tries since half-time now. Smith, Pulu, 2, and Ledger all have gone over.
They just called if you're going right, now they're coming my way. It's going your way again, Pucks.
I think the big 0 is probably not going to weigh well with the Bulls at this stage, isn't it? They've got to really try to find some points. Michael Key's just been damaging through that middle.
18 up! Hold,
He has.
go, that's one.
Well, 2 tackles, two tackles. They're back to the 40.
Locking a marker.
That's 2. Swings it to Riki's next up. Great hands from Afu, great offload. Now Sipley, who's back out there. Here he goes again, creating havoc. Sipley outstanding in his first stint.
That's 3, no markers.
On the field, back out there to end the game, is set 2-2. Now that's should be a penalty to Akarana. Unfortunately,
back,
one of the players
Hold
tackled
back 9.
without the ball.
Couldn't get the ball. Hold back on 9.
Again, everything's ignited from the likes of Sipley.
Yeah, it was 2 giving away the penalty. It was a little unfortunate. Now Tuitama taken by Tafua. Tuitama, good robust player. Not the biggest back row, but he's tough. That's good hands from Smith. Now Stone Dunn. Stone Dunn. And that's another penalty against Canterbury.
2 in there, boys. 2 in there. Okay, let me just get out the road. When you're ready.
Pulu, now to Sipley. Patrick Sipley.
Hold! Release! Go, that's right.
Afu. Keep! And it's a simple score for Pulu. Try number 2 to Leivaha. And Akarana crack 40.
Incredible effort the second half by Akarana. Michael Key, as we mentioned before, damaging through that middle. He gets through, post line, and pops the ball up to Pulu, who again, who's been instrumental too. Look at that, in and away, and a nice little pop ball.
Well, that was really good from Key. The temptation for many players would have been to stretch out and have a crack himself, but he probably thought, I'm going to end up short here, so I'll look for a teammate, and he found one. Michael Key showing some good skills there, and Pulu with a simple score. 2 tries for him now. Ledger. 6th goal from 8 attempts now. And it's 54-0. Well, Counties, Manukau Stingrays and Akarana drew last week, 12-all. Spencer Taplin and the rest of the Counties Manukau team, what are you thinking watching this game right now?
Good opportunity, isn't it? Up against the best side, that's a good option. I think they've just got to throw everything at them. Just chance your arm. The balls. Sipley has been outstanding.
He's just a force of nature, isn't he? Afu, you've just loved playing alongside those sort of guys. And there's Riki, beautiful hitting of the pass from Fa'apito. Oh, Fa'apito, check that out. Oh yeah, Sam Fa'apito. Wow, that was passionate desire. No doubt about that. Cupid would have been happy.
Speaking of the passion in the side, we've just seen the template of success here, straight from Sipley, and then straight away, what happens straight after Sipley taking the ball and creating a quick play of the ball is the likes of Preston Riki jumping on the back end and darting in the A and B defender, and the offload with Fa'apito. Look at the effort here. What can't he do, this kid? Extraordinary pace and physicality to score right underneath the post. And Ledger will just throw it over.
50 is up. 50 points to 0.
Maybe someone just stay on the 10 and just call literally as soon as it's gone.
Been so impressed with Preston Riki. Just his way he's been, his variation to his run. You know, he's creating so much on that right edge.
It's gone 10.
Special try, that one from Sam Fa'apito.
Okay. Stand! Hold, go.
Waka fields it. Wow, Akarana have exploded since half-time. We've just ticked over into the last quarter of the game, Richie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tries in the last 20 minutes.
8!
Amazing effort from them.
3, 8,
They've just beaten Canterbury to a pulp now, and they just keep going, don't they?
They do, and what's been working again is their front rowers creating that real quick play the ball.
That's 4.
And then what they do after that is probably the most important. They capitalise on quick play the ball.
Here we are.
Yeah, they could easily shut up shop here, Akarana, but they're showing absolutely no signs of it. Here's Ledger. Punches it through. Uasi needs to get back into the field of play here. The young fullback for Canterbury.
Just again, you know, that was another variation off the play. Tahoe throws the ball to Ledger on an out ball. Had a little look, had a little opportunity, but decided to kick through. So they've just got variation and threat right across the paddock.
It's a tough day for Canterbury Bulls. They're such a proud rugby league province.
Good comms, guys. Just keep it coming.
More than contributed to New Zealand domestic rugby league in the last several seasons, Richie. Tough result for them to take here.
It is a tough ask when you're looking at 50 to nothing.
On the tap, boys.
And it's going to be interesting how they respond. He's one player that really can find options. And Tenetito.
Here's Beetham.
Release, Patrick!
Back out there now to end the game is champ Beetham. Clayton Waikato back out there too as Tongo Tongo. Canterbury give it some width as Fa'atili.
40! Here we are. That's 3.
Waikato. He darts from dummy half very effectively there. He's been one of Canterbury's best players this season. And he's earned a penalty there too for his team.
Now call, and then you're looking at me. It's over here, mate. He's on mark here. What are you going to do, mate?
It's a pity it was a
when you're ready.
Resulted in the penalty.
Walk to that one, boys.
Yeah, nice to get him involved a bit more.
Hold! Release, Daddy! Hold!
Pius Fa'atili playing the ball 5 metres out. Here's Riley. 5 Ash. Now Uasi. Tries to get past Tuitama. Matty Tuitama doesn't miss many tackles.
Hold! Go, that's
Sipley was there to wrap up the ball runner. Good tackle. That was Tiaho putting his body on the line against a much bigger man. Tongo Tongo.
Go, that's 3.
5 Ash. Tafua. There was no numerical advantage there at all for Canterbury.
Hold. Go, that's 4.
Tonga Tonga. Plaskett. Now Waikato. Might have been an obstruction there. Waikato goes over. I think he's going to give the try. He is.
I am, guys. Yep.
And Clayton Waikato gets the try.
Thanks, Bucks. Good comms.
Well, fair play to him, but whether a video ref might have a look at that one.
Well, he deserves a try at this young fella. He's been energetic and enthusiastic from dummy half, but I can't see this ever being warranted a try. He comes across, and look at that, right behind is the foil. Obstruction for sure. But hey, we'll let that go by. Look at this, look at the speed though. Thank you.
It was Fa'atili, wasn't it? Running that direct line. However, Clayton Waikato, who's been one of Canterbury's best players this season in his debut rep season. Uasi will attempt the conversion. At least Canterbury are on the board, even though we were waiting for the referee's whistle. The wind at the moment will be blowing pretty much straight across this angle. As he lines up this conversion attempt. No goal. 14 minutes to play, 50 points to 4.
Well, that'll give them a little bit more confidence. And again, a variation to the attack, and particularly from Waikato, he's been brilliant.
Ledger. Bounces kindly for Alex Todd.
Hold! Stand! Hold! Hold! Go! That's one.
Here's Hilalio. Seen him involved much at all in this game, which is a bit of a disappointment. He's such an exciting player to watch. Oh, the try scorer, Waikato.
Plus 4, boys.
67 minutes gone as this game's between Canterbury Bulls and Akarana Falcons in the National Premiership.
Oh, it's just one of those games, isn't it? Been backpedaling most of the game. Pinatito, as we know, just love watching him play.
Well, all of these players are vying for selection in that New Zealand residents team, Richie, and the New Zealand Māori residents. So there is, even though the carrot of a finals appearance is well and truly gone for the Canterbury Bulls, there is that game to look forward to for some of their players. Here goes Setutu with his pace and power, and Setutu. These wingers are just so athletic and powerful for Akarana, and Setutu goes over to score his second try of the game.
That's the second try for today.
Nothing like speed on the edge, creating indecision and drawing the defenders in, but from the scrum, they had some shape there, but it was just his pace done to be able to get around and then just give it to two. And it doesn't take much for him to get around. Look at this, just in and away. Laleo, unfortunately, Vincent Paul, just could keep up with the pace.
Yeah, Setutu, 2 tries in the second half. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th try for the Falcons since half-time. They led 18-0. And I just did wonder, actually, thinking right back to the start of the game when we saw Canterbury on attack for 3 or 4 minutes. Just thinking they didn't score that from that period. Richie and Akarana were able to absorb it all. Kind of wonder, you look at those sort of moments in games when you see a blowout like this occur.
Yeah, and they needed to score early as Francis gets ready to kick, but they really needed to score those early tries. They had some errors presented to them. They just couldn't convert. Francis, the way he's kicking on that right edge, probably going to nail this. Love the post.
Wrote that one, Richie. Well done. No problem at all. 56 points to 4. Ledger. 8 out of 10. My maths tells me that's 80%.
Thanks, our score now 56 points.
Patting myself on the back. 56 points to 4. 10 minutes to go.
Boys.
Boom! Love when players hit the line like that.
Go, that's one.
That was Victor Afoa, who's out there now. Mount Albert Lions player.
Hold, release.
He is a young player on the rise. He's only 19. Michael Keat.
9, 8. Here we are.
Chef Pirates player. Here's Pulu. Good tackle from Waikato. He's had an excellent game. Other than that one drop ball, Richie, Waikato has played really well, and Afu has been a live wire at dummy half for Akarana. Both number 9s have been very good in this match.
They have. They certainly have offered so much to that side. And Auckland were able to capitalise on Afu.
Look at 2 again.
All the way. All the way.
He's injured.
Hold. 19.
He'll be all right. He's struggling a little bit, but he'll be fine. Smith. Here's Key. Running wider of the ruck this time, Michael Key.
Stand! All the way, 19! 19!
Afu.
2.
Tiaho. Jordan Tiaho.
Up 9! Hold! Go, that's 3.
Afu again. Nice pass. Wide pass to Smith. He got a try in the first half. Lovely pass. And that's simply going over for his second try. Wonderful rugby league again from this Akarana Falcons team. You know, if you're Phil Gordon, Richie Barnett, you're very happy with the attitude being displayed here. It's like they've taken the clock out of the equation. They just want to keep scoring tries.
They haven't stopped, of course, but when there's players of the calibre that we've seen on hand here, you know, Sipley's just been outstanding. And look at this, the gaps are starting to widen, not only on the scoreline, but defensively. And it's been a staggering second half. 8 tries in the second half by this impressive Akarana side.
Yep, that's their 11th in total. So 3 in the first half, 8 in the second, 11, and there's been a very good goal-kicking display from Ledger. 1 try and 8 goals for Ledger so far in this contest. He's been excellent with his goal kicking as well. 9 from 11 for Ledger now. 62-4. Seven minutes left.
What is going to happen next is going to be interesting, isn't it? Because they're in flow at the moment.
Here comes R4 again. Victor R4. 7 games for Mount Albert this season in the Fox Memorial, which of course was cut short due to COVID. No championship winners this year declared by Auckland Rugby League. Tuitama. Tuitama, he's a very good player too, isn't he? New Zealand residence player from last year. Now Michael Key, plenty of experience in the back row in his career as well. Now that's stripped illegally by Beetham. Too many in the tackle.
Well, the energy hasn't stopped from Akarana. From the first half and to the very end, there is so much energy in the side. It has been relentless.
It's a good team spirit, isn't there? It's a credit to the coaching staff.
Just wait, Francis. Francis, when you're ready.
R4.
Alex, release. Hold. Go. That's 1.
Afu. Pulu. Pulu driving towards the line. Alex Todd doing his darndest to hold him up.
That's 2.
Afu. Here's R4.
During the field of play. No hands. Held. Go. That's 3.
Afo again. Tiaho. Good pass, but it hasn't been gathered by Fa'apito. Worth giving it a crack.
Well, absolutely, again, you know, there's a variation to their play, the out ball, and just give time and space for their quick wingers. Anything's possible.
Let's form up, please.
Well, last 4 minutes of the game.
Front rows in, seconds in. Last man. Break.
I forget we'll be in Hamilton tomorrow for the last doubleheader of the regular season in the NZRL Premiership.
Release 11. Hold.
Against Waikato playing at home.
Yes, we're looking forward to that. And of course, Mid-Central, the women's team. That's a great run from Beetham. In fact, He's driven into touch. I spoke too soon. Yes, tomorrow afternoon in Hamilton, we'll be enjoying the women's match between Counties Manukau Stingrays, who are chasing their 11th national title in a row, up against Mid Central. That one kicking off at 2 o'clock on Sky Sport 4. And then at 4, we've got the men's clash between Waikato and Counties Manukau. And then we'll have the finalists confirmed, and it's very much looking like we're going to get a Counties Manukau Akarana final in both the women's and men's competitions. Those finals to be played on October 31st at Trust Stadium in Waitakere. Both games live on Sky Sport.
That's one.
Tuitama. He never puts a foot wrong, Matty Tuitama, and just as I say that, he's lost the ball. Come on.
Move! Hold.
Well, that's his first error in 3 games. That's all right, eh? Here comes Elalio. It's gone backwards off a Akarana player, Fa'apito. Here he comes again, Sam Fa'apito.
Can't come in with your shoulder like that. Got to wrap your arms.
No, not much in that one. Maybe some frustration from Elalio. He hasn't been able to impose himself on the game, but by gee, Richie, the wingers for Akarana certainly have.
They have done an extremely good job. The speed showing, the agility, the strength, and their will to continue on for their 80 minutes. You know, based on what we've seen, the foundation they've set, Akarana, it's been a powerful performance.
Here we are, hold.
Tuitama.
Go, that's one.
Right, it goes to Pulu. Here comes Smith. AC Smith, taken by Fa'atili. And Zach Riley. Akarana hunting, hungry for more tries. Sipley goes for a hat-trick, too big. And Patrick Sipley is going to end the game as he started. He got the first try and he's most likely got the last. 66-4.
Sipley 3 tries, unbelievable. His power game has been extraordinary, but he's showing up, most cases, rolling his sleeves up and setting the foundation, but his work rate, his ability to break tackles has been outstanding. And that's right across the board for Akarana.
Well, this last goal, Ledger wants to not waste any time, and he moves on the score by 2 more, 68-4. Ledger 10 from 12, great display of goal kicking as well. Sipley 3 tries. 12 tries scored by Akarana in this contest. A big win for them here. Usually these games against Canterbury are tight, not in 2020.
The second game of the National Premiership happens tomorrow at FMG Waikato Stadium between Counties Manukau Stingray and Waikato Mana.
Literally, yeah, literally as soon as it's got.
Short kick off. And it's ended up in the hands of Akarana. They want to chase one more try. Pulu will look to offload the ball. He has.
No, it's forward, mate. It's forward.
Pulu gets it back again.
Keeping the ball alive now. The
Tiaho.
Akarana Falcons, can they do something magic-y?
Tiaho. Oh, that's gone forward, unfortunately, and
referee calls knock forward.
That will end the contest. A very comprehensive win to the defending champions here. 18-0 they led at half-time, and they put on 50 points, scoring at more than a point a minute in the second half to thump the Canterbury Bulls 68-4. 12 tries. It all was for Akarana. 3 of them went to Patrick Sipley. Setu grabbed the double. Other tries to Waka, Fa'apito, who got 2 as well, and incidentally Smith and Pulu got a double. So plenty of players got multiple tries in this contest. And a very good day for the boot, on the boot as well, with Ledger converting 10 of the 12 tries. And we're going to head down to Francis Ledger now. He's with Richie Barnett.
Francis, congratulations. You're into the final, but what a performance you're showing out there today.
Yeah, definitely. That's the first goal, is to get into the final, and then the second one is to win it and to put on a performance like we did today compared to last week. I think it shows that we're heading in the right direction for the final.
Very impressive with your platform that you laid. Sipley was outstanding. Michael Key was, again, extraordinary. Preston Radicki on that right edge, unbelievable.
Yeah, definitely. When you got boys that size who are like over 6 foot and 6 foot wide as well, you know, that's the way to go, just lay that foundation, and we benefit us backs out the back, so we're just grateful for their platform that they laid for us.
Listen, congratulations, 9 from 11 today. Your kicking has been outstanding. I mean, you've been around, you've been the steward of Akarana, so congratulations on that. How are you feeling now going into the final?
Sore, but I'm just grateful that we get to compete for the premiership, next week, and we just want to put our best foot forward and prepare for this week and next week. Yeah.
On that note, best of luck for the next couple of weeks.
Thank you very much.